How about that finish from Leka Halasima? Holy, what a crazy game. So many different narratives in that was Knights game, like in the final 2 minutes alone. Firstly, Hastings has just come on 10 minutes. Oh no, sorry, he was playing the whole game. But from marker, the Waz weren't even reviewing that, and he was called not square. Tanner Boyd has the kick, and Knights didn't deserve to lose that way, especially the lead up to the game they've had. I felt bad for Hastings. Then Tanner Boyd misses it. And I'm yeah, justice, but then I felt bad for Tanner Boyd. And then, again, Hastings charges it down, and Leka Halasima does that. So crazy stuff. Waz got the win, deservedly or not. Well, I mean, it wasn't on the back of any controversy in the end, I guess. Hastings, he charged it down again, and still, that's what happens. So unlucky there, but that's how footy goes sometimes. And Waz top 4 hopes still alive. In terms of fantasy, not a bad round from me. I think I started at 749th overall coming into this round, 743rd, and finished 661st in this one. So pretty good, 9-12. It was just a really weird round. 12 of my players scored between 42 and 54, which is pretty crazy. So everyone was pretty mid, just in that low keeper level. I mean, firstly, having 880k in the bank and making ranks is always a good sign. I'll always take a rank rise until I spend that money, and then it's up to how my guys play. But if I have that much money in the bank and I'm still making ranks, I'm very happy with that. Secondly, I was tossing up between Humphreys and Tino. Got Humphreys, and that 53 looks absolutely delightful now that Tino got his 10 in the end or something. What did he get? 12? And then, 12, and then potentially injured, and updates are in. Let's see what he got. He got a 10 in the end, so, nicely done there. Oh, are these more updates? What the hell? This is already updated, and then it's just updated again. Okay, let's have a quick look there, just because why not? Not bad. So I'm expecting to finish around there. Updates were in, and then they've just been updated again, so I was going to talk about that, but May, we got 78, and now it's on 80, which is good. Dewey is up to a 49, I think. Dewey's up 1, and then Beau Fermore's the same. I think Jaden Campbell's lost some now. He lost 4 in the end, so, I mean, a -1, but my guys who are less owned, not May's heavily owned, but he's 70% captain, and then Dewey isn't very highly owned, got a +1, so all in all, I think I should probably increase a little bit off the back of that game's updates. And it's a good round. It's nothing crazy, but I'll take it. My trades for next round are pretty much set in stone. Should mention this will be my last video before we give birth to our baby girl. So, apologies for that. I don't know when I'll be back, but pretty exciting stuff for me in real life. Hopefully I'll be back in a week or two. Probably a little bit longer than that, if I'm honest, though. So maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll just have to see what life is like. But this will be my last video, so I'll sort of go through my trade plans in this one. I might get some posts out on YouTube, as I usually do with my updated trade plans and stuff prior to lockout or mid-round, but that's about as much as you'll see from me over the next couple of weeks. So thanks for all the support, and hopefully you guys are still around when I'm back. My next week's trades, pretty set in stone at this stage. It will be, who's the first one? Set in stone, and I don't even know. It's either going to be between Latu Fainu or Jaden Brayley. I'm thinking of trading Brayley just because he'll make a little bit more money this round and be up to 500k, but he'll be going to Cleary. Golly gosh, who was my other one? Because Adam Dewey's staying now. Let me pause for a sec. That's right. The other one is Kolo to Yo, because he's out for the season now, confirmed. Hopefully he recovers well, but he's gone from everyone's teams now. But he's 98% owned, so not stressed about that. But given I'm trading Kolo it does free up a little bit more cash than I thought, because originally it was going to be both of these guys in Latu and Jaden Brayley. But now I can do Jed Stewart to pretty much whoever I want as well as my third trade. So that's cool. He'll probably go to Preston. I can afford Hudson Young, I think, and definitely Isaiah Katoa. But I do want that extra money in the bank. just for upgrades, because I will be down to 5 trades. I will be playing a 20th man in that case, which I don't love necessarily having 20 guys, but just having 5 trades, I think the fact I can trade Jed Stewart instead of Latu Fainu just makes sense, because Jed's never going to play in my team. Latu, I am comfortable playing on the odd occasion if I need to, and his upside is high. Totally fine. He'll be my 20th man. Humphreys as my 19th man, and Adam Dewey as my 18th man when there's no buys. Obviously, next week we've got Herbie on a buy, so things will shift there, but at that stage, I'm pretty happy with that. Adam Dewey's role wasn't as good as I was hoping. He played significant minutes at lock. How many minutes did he play? 59, so I'm happy with the 59 minutes. Not in love with what he did out there. He was pretty good in real life, but it was just tackling. He made 1 or 2 kicks, and that was about it. So, obviously got the field goal winner, which was cool, but in terms of moving forward, I don't know how comfortable I am playing him every single week, but more than happy to loop him. The only problem is my 21st man is Ethan King, who seems to be the 18th man in real life for the Roosters every week, so I don't necessarily have a loop option, so I'm just going to have to figure that one out. I don't think it's worth a trade to Ethan King to like a cash down who doesn't play, but I mean, late in the season, if injuries haven't hit as much, then I might consider it, but definitely not in the short term. But it is a bit annoying. I wish I had a cash down who didn't play so I could utilise my 18th to 20th man more. But I do have a few guys on buys. Like next week I have Herbie, so that's fine. I'm sure there'll be short-term injuries pop up here and there, so it's not of great concern, but not ideal. But that's a pretty happy plan, like getting Yo, Cleary and Preston in. I don't know if I want any back cover. Like if I didn't get Humphreys, I'd probably get Isaiah Katoa over Preston, but I don't need another half now. And the other winger fullbacks and centres just are too far down the list, and I have the money to spend. So I don't want to bring in like an Edwards when I can bring in a Preston who I'm a lot more comfortable with. That's fine. It might not be Preston, but I think he will be the guy. Like I said, I don't want... I don't want to leave $0 in the bank if I go Hudson Young, and I think I'll have about 100 to 150k getting Preston in. So pretty happy with that. And then if injuries are a little bit less significant, I can just go Adam Dewey up to maybe an Isaiah Katoa, whoever I want. But I'm quite happy having him as centre coverage at the moment as well, even though I don't necessarily need it. But that's all. Pretty happy with that round. I'm pretty happy with where my team's at overall. Should look a lot stronger next week, but the 5 trades will be iffy. I got 912. I think 912 for the round. Par was 890. So beat that quite comfortably, like by 22, but nothing crazy. I'm still ahead of the average trades, and everyone's going to be trading Kolo Matangi, which is fine. And then a lot of people will be trading Tino now, assuming he's out for a little bit, which it sounds like he is. I haven't heard an update since the game, but he was traded in by 40% in the end. So super unlucky swing there. Not only a terrible score, but also he's now injured, so not great. I'm super fortunate that I avoided that one. Hopefully he's okay, but not good. Bo Fermor was terrible, but he was picked up by 37%, so I do own him, but I've owned him since like round 6, so I wasn't too mad that this was the week he went poorly. I kind of get like a 6 satisfaction when a guy's so heavily traded in that was in my team previously and then they score badly, even though it hurts me as well because he's only owned by like 50% of people now. So I still wanted him to score to score well, but I don't know. It's a weird feeling knowing everyone got on him and he didn't do well. That was about it. Like everything else we've covered in the end. Tanner Boyd was pretty good. Got a 52 or something. So and shout out these 65 people down there. That's about it from the round. I'll get into the 2 games recaps. And how many field goals have we had this round? I think that's 3. I don't know. A lot more than usual is all. Tigers, the best of the bad teams in this one. Like both teams were terrible. I was hoping it would go to Golden Point, given I had 4 players in this one, plus a 5th in Latu Fainu as my loop option. Like he was my potential loop, but I ended up playing Brayley over him because I didn't want to take a 26. I was hoping for Golden Point, but Adam Dewey field goal to win the game is a pretty nice consolation prize. Like I'll take those 5 points for sure. I was rooting for that miss on the sideline, even though it would have got me 2 points, and it worked out pretty well there. Terrell May. So the week not everyone, but a significant amount of people jump off him as captain, and then he gets an 80. So yeah, shout out Terrell May for pumping out a big score when it actually mattered, because previously it's 99% of people captain him. So this one was a handy one, 23 points more than Herbie, so that was good. Got the try assist to his brother, which was cool to see, I guess, depending on how you view Taylor May. I'll leave my comments off YouTube for that one, but in terms of fantasy, I like the try assist anyway. 5 offloads, only 1 tackle break, so 5 offloads is crazy with only 1, but yeah, really good score. Taylor May, speaking of the May brother, he got a 65. I assume he'll be quite heavily picked up by like the casuals and maybe a little bit in the top 1,000. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't actually know what his past history is, but he looked really good. He's just a little bit too expensive for my liking. But yeah, they were clearly using him a lot in this one, and he was their spark all game. So yeah, he was really, really good. He might be a good high upside guy, but 2 try assists, a try, 8 tackle breaks, and only a 65. Like, I say only, as if that's a bad score, but yeah, in terms of wanting a high upside guy for that price, I don't know if he's the one, just because it takes a lot for him to get to a 65, because yeah, he's just a centre, and it's tough unless your name's Herbie. Adam Dewey with a 49, so not many people picked him up, surprisingly. I thought he'd be a little bit more popular. He is an awkward price point. I said I didn't know if I'd recommend to pick him up now. Like, I'm super stoked that I have him already, but yeah, it's very tough to justify a pickup now, but I think he's still slightly underpriced. Obviously had that -2 break even, but we're not really chasing cash generation at the moment. But yeah, he'll make another 50K, which is awesome for me. Like I said, his role looked okay, but he wasn't running the ball much, didn't kick as much as I thought in play, but he made a decent amount of tackles. I said he'd make around 30. And yeah, like he was pretty good. He was on 37 at halftime and finished with a 49. Only played the 19 minutes in the second half, so like it's not terrible. But I think I'd want him to play 65, 70 minutes if he's going to be in this role. But he'll have good weeks and bad weeks. If this is like sort of his floor game, I guess, because he didn't really do much, but like take out the field goal, obviously. But a 44 as a floor game is pretty good. Obviously, he could have worse than that, but 30 tackles is pretty standard. The run meters should be higher, kick meters should be higher, goals probably higher or thereabouts, and everything else has a chance of going up. So yeah, I think 44 is close to his floor, and I'll take that all day. Who else is popular in this game? No one really, hey. Tristan Hope got the start and only played 20 minutes, so yeah, obviously he was only used for around 18 for everyone's team, but it was weird that he starts and then only plays those small minutes. Over to the Titans side, Sam Verrills with a 65, so shout out to him. Jermaine Jolliffe, again, like he's been really good. 49 in 62 minutes isn't shocking. His PPM's usually a little bit higher, but you'll take that all day if you do have him. Jaden Campbell, so yeah, he downdated by 4. He was actually pretty good. Like, he didn't do too much. It was a very scrappy game from both sides, but yeah, I thought he probably would have scored a bit more than a 48. Just watching the game, like he takes all the kicks and stuff like that. Didn't run the ball, like only 30 run meters, and that's been the last 2 weeks, to be honest. He doesn't look 100% healthy, but like healthy enough, like it's not a concern, but hopefully those meters increase down the track. But yeah, a 48 is fine, I guess, when everyone owns him anyway. Bo Fermor, the real disappointment with 27. He just had so many negatives, like 5 missed tackles, 2 errors, and then didn't do much else. Like 1 tackle break was it. 28 tackles is low for him. The run meters were fine, but yeah, it just was a bit of a nothing game for him. And he's been better than this. This has got to be his lowest score in the second row all year, I think, probably the last couple of years. And it's just coincidental that everyone bought him in this week, and it's just how fantasy goes sometimes, isn't it? Tino he was not very good in his minutes, but got that ankle injury after like 10 minutes as well, and did play on, so I thought he might have been okay. He was clearly limping around there. Ankle or knee, I can't remember. Maybe a bit of both, hopefully not. But yeah, he has had that ACL semi-recently, so hopefully it's not related. And it didn't sound like it was, but still not ideal to have lower leg injuries off the back of those. We'll just see how long he's out for. If he's out for 4 weeks, I think it's time to go. But anything less than that, you can potentially look to keep him. The Titans aren't going anywhere. Like they're bottom of the ladder, so unless they're desperate to avoid the wooden spoon, I don't think he's going to be rushed back. Obviously sucks you got a 10 out of him as well. Just insult to injury there. But yeah, I think it's going to be looking like a trade. If he's out for 2 weeks, probably keep him. But yeah, 3, 4 plus. 3 is like the awkward phase, 4 plus, he can go. For feeder, making himself very juicy for next year to start. With that price point, he's going to lose another 60k. I just want to check what he's averaging for the year. Yeah, Des hates him, but I mean, Des is out the door after this week by all reports, so we'll see what happens there. I can't imagine he starts, but maybe a bigger role than 18 minutes. He's averaging 36, so he'll be in everyone's team next year, you'd think. That's about it from that side of things. Warriors versus Knights, so yeah, gutsy performance from both teams, I'd say. Like, obviously, the Warriors missing Metcalf, so they're going to be a little bit more scrappy than usual. Knights had Gastro, all their players, only 5 trained, and they all suited up bar 1, and they looked pretty good. I thought this had potential to be a Wars blowout off the back of that news, but Knights were in it for a long time and probably should have won, potentially, but Warriors too good there at the end, like after the siren. KPP with a 61 just continues to be really good. He's had those like a couple of down weeks in between, but yeah, overall for the season he's been really good and is definitely a keeper, just not a premium. There's so many edge options still. Dane Gagai looked good at fullback, but did pick up a little bit of an injury or niggle at least towards the end. So don't know how healthy he'll be moving forward, but he looked good out there. He's a bit of an awkward price point as well. Like, doesn't have that massive upside, but I like him in the fullback role, to be honest. Phoenix Crossland, played 65 minutes, and it was weird. Like, I know it was a tie game, but him and Jaden Brayley went off within like 5 minutes of each other. And you think if like Brayley's coming off, Crossland's going to cover there, but no, they had like Hastings and Tyson Gamble both running out there. I think Gamble was the hooker. Just a weird setup. I know like they were going for field goals and stuff, so in that sense it made sense, but yeah, just weird to see that Adam O'Brien went like that. And his interchanges were so weird. He used his third at the 51st minute and only used 6 for the game when all you guys have had Gastro. Like, don't know what he's doing. He's done this a few times where he just does not use interchanges until super late. And like, no wonder they're so gassed. Like 1 in the first half is crazy stuff, and it was in the 17th minute as well. So don't know what he was doing. Almost worked, but did not work in the end. But yeah, Crossland with a 53 is good anyway. I do like him as a little bit of a pod option. I won't do it, especially not if he's playing 65 minutes. Like, I would have fully expected him to play 80, but yeah, like his base is so strong, especially at lock versus hooker. Like, this was all in base. Like, 1 penalty conceded was the only other stat, which is pretty crazy to see. But yeah, I think he should be pretty good moving forward. You just want to see him playing 80. McEwen looked pretty good out there as well. Blew an absolute sitter of a try. Knights blew 5 in the first half alone. Like, they were absolute sitters. He was one of them, but was pretty good apart from that. Jaden Brayley with a 47, so I'll take that all day from him. 70 minutes is awesome. We know what he does, and it's just tackle. Like, 42 without a miss is pretty standard. I hope it continues, but I'm also probably trading him, so I'm not too concerned. If he starts, I might consider keeping him over Latu Fainu, but I want the higher upside guys. So Jaden Brayley's probably out of my team anyway, but I know I talked a few of you guys into getting Jaden Brayley, so I hope he continues scoring pretty decently. It worked out well for my team, right? Like, I played him for this 47, didn't play him for his 30 last week, and then I played him for his 58, or whatever it was. Yeah, 58. So it worked out well for my team. He's made a little bit of cash, like close to 100k or something, which isn't enough, but I mean, if I keep him moving forward, he would get close to 150k, you'd think. So yeah, not a disastrous pickup, but didn't work as well as we were probably hoping in the end. But yeah, a 47 is really good. He was also running the ball a little bit late in the game as well. Like, he never runs the ball, doesn't kick or anything, but he had a few. Had that dart on the line and then got that offload on the line as well, which could have turned into a try assist, but it was knocked on by the Warriors. It was a pretty bad pass anyway. Just trying to keep it alive on 5th, but then had like 2 or 3 darts after that, picked up a tackle break. So if that continues, like, I'd love to see it. He needs to pick up from Blake Brayley. Are Blake Brayley and Jaden Brayley brothers, by the way? I don't know. I was thinking that during the game and I just couldn't be bothered to look it up, but I probably should and will. Greg Marzo with a 39, so not too bad there. That's only his third try for the year. I know he's had injuries and stuff, but he was scoring so well at the start of the year. I didn't even realise he wasn't scoring tries. Dom Young came back to earth a little bit in this one. He was being pretty good for them the last couple of weeks since rejoining them, and he seems to look a lot better in a Knights jersey than a Roosters jersey. Bradman Best as well. I think there was a bit of talk about him after his 70, 75 last week. But yeah, this is not more common, but he's definitely got a 30 in his game with 6 missed tackles. Yeah, he's a decent pot option, but there's better options there, I think. Like a Halasima with a try, game-winning try, with like a 45-metre run after the siren, which is crazy stuff. It was cool to see. He was like battling on like 40 before that, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, that really boosted his score and got the Wires the win. So that was cool. Tanner Boyd was quite a popular pickup and he wasn't too bad. He was on 19 at halftime. It was sort of Brayley versus Boyd. And Boyd took the chockies in the end. Like it was a better second half. Like in the first half, he got 19 with a try assist. So that was like a little bit concerning if you did have him. But then picked up 33 in the second half, pretty much all in base. 4 missed tackles for 20 makes. Yeah, he'll be better than that moving forward. They were sort of like half ones where they're debatable whether they'll give them. It's like when you just fall off the tackle and then rejoin it and you get the tackle and the missed tackle. So he had a few of those, so that's not too concerning. The kick meter's really strong, like absolutely dominated them. Chanel only took 50, and that's a bigger split than Luke Metcalf was getting from what I saw anyway. So yeah, really happy. If you do own him, like you should be really happy by the kick meters, especially, and obviously goal kicking. I would assume he keeps it, but I mean, it was scrappy towards the end there with that missed penalty, but yeah, should be better. I think he just missed 2 field goals before that, so a little bit of pressure, and he's not been playing first grade lately as well, so I'm glad the Warriors got the win, so his confidence isn't shattered, but he still looked pretty upset with himself after the Warriors won as well. Aaron Clark with a 47, so that's one of his worst games in a while, and it's a 47, so we'll take that. Everyone just has him, so it does not matter at all. I couldn't have even told you what he was on the whole game because I just didn't even know if he was on the park because I paid that little interest to him because everyone has him. The Fish with a 39. A few people were on him a couple of rounds ago, but that sort of died off. Jackson Ford at prop as well. That's way too low for his usual points per minute. If he's playing 63 minutes, he's a great option. Just wasn't his game. That's about it from that side of things. So yeah, I'm pretty keen to use my money next week because that's been sitting there for way too long. But yeah, really happy with where I'm sitting. Where was I after round 18? 599th. So almost there again. I'm hoping to make ranks next week, but we'll see how we go. Like everyone's going to get to pretty close to their final team by next week as well. So even though I do have 880k to spend, my team isn't going to be that much better than everyone else's because people are going to use 2, 3, 4 trades anyway. So we'll see how it pans out, but I'm excited to use it. Yeah, I just hate looking at my team and seeing that much money when it's been there for like a month. But yeah, keen to get Cleary and Yo in. Pretty good round considering, and let us know how you guys did. And yeah, so I won't be here for a couple of weeks. I'll let you know when I'm back. I mean, you'll see a video when I am back, but hopefully all goes well with baby. Thank you for all your supportive comments regarding my baby and just in general. And yeah, I'll be back when I'm back. See ya.